Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. Now we have final quarterfinal match, final top 8 match. Winner of this match is guaranteed a spot in top 4 and a minimum of $200. So this is also the final spot in the top 4 where winner of this match is going to join BB, Fintech and Barrowman. So let's see how they are going to get on with this. Now, my apologies for the screen being slightly cut off here at the top, but the top screen is Anonymous Viewpoint and the bottom screen is Clash of Clowns. Right, so let's see. They have finished up their drafts. First fights, we have Ebony Maw versus Sunspot and Archangel against Domino. So here, it is going to be quite interesting to see, because Archangel versus Domino is always extremely RNG dependent fight. And unfortunately, Archangel is not safe from Domino's crit fails. However, there is some phenomenal RNG for Clash of Clowns. First heavy attack, 4 bleed, second heavy attack, 3 neurotoxins, and now that crit fail also has to take a step back. And here we can see that the Domino is already being absolutely melted away by the Archangel. Obviously, Sunspot can finish this at any moment with a single level 2, but it is unlikely that this fight is going to finish quickly enough to offset the difference in HP, in my opinion. Especially considering that at this point, Ebony Maw is at 2 bars of power, and we do need to get rid of that. Now, obviously, Sunspot can have that perfect block there without taking any damage, which is without a doubt extremely helpful. But there, unfortunately, he mistimes his level 2, shoots it in the falter, and that spells doom for this first fight when Clash of Clowns takes the first win. So this is the best out of 5. In other words, first player that reaches 3 wins in 3 matches Sorry, it's the first player that wins 3 matches advances. So first round, first game goes to Clash of Clowns. Let's see what they have in store for each other. Obviously, still a very solid finish for Anonymous, and I actually faced Anonymous in a different tournament and round 1, and obviously walking around with that GT40 tag definitely helps to kind of like enhance the idea that both of these players are extremely and capable summoners. Right, let's see how this goes on. We have Wong on defense and Kingpin on defense. So in order to deal with Wong, Anonymous is going to go with Archangel. And let's see who Clash is going to take up for that Kingpin. There is no really great option, I would like to say. But he chooses to go with Nova. Nova actually was one of the MVP attackers in a tournament game that I played myself. So Nova can be surprisingly effective, especially on Rich Get Richer meta that all of these matches are being played. But obviously it is going to be extremely hard to go up against the speed of Archangel. However, Wong, Archangel is a really great counter for Wong without a doubt. But you never know. Something might go wrong. There might be an accidental heavy charge from Wong when he goes unstoppable. Or something else, but with reduced ability accuracy, typically you can kind of maintain a decent control. Here also, Clash seems to make a mistake, shoots the level 1 in the block, and unfortunately eats some hits to the face. And now not only health bar, but not only Clash of Clans Nova's health bar is lagging behind the Archangel, but also obviously Kingpin is still significantly healthier as compared to Wong right here. And now also Clash has to bait out that level 2, which, he still has to bait that out, but 44 seconds, 96% health, there is just no way around it. Anonymous has this round, so it's gonna go 1-1, and let's see what they have in offer for each other in round 3. So as you can see there, we have Longshot, Hulkling and Gallon in play for Anonymous, and we have Kingpin, Mr. Negative and CGR in play there for Clash of Clowns as he finishes off this Kingpin fight. But yeah, there's a definite time differential here. We're even dancing with the possible idea of timing out here, because Kingpin just refuses to throw his specials, so it seems, in this match. Even if you had a cooperative AI, it's doubtful that Nova could have managed this fight at the same time as Archangel, unless there was some sort of major mistake. And here is a level 3 to finish it off and send Nova back to where he came from. Right, so finally, let's get moving to round 3. And let's see who's going to take this one. So, who has to place first here? We are going to see in just a few seconds. Again, Galen, Hulkling, and Longshot against Kingpin, Mr. Negative, and CGR. So it's going to be interesting to see what defenses they're set up for each other here. We have Clash of Clans placing Kingpin, and Hulkling here being as an option for Anonymous. Right, so we have Galen against Kingpin, and we have CGR against Hulkling. I think both of these are definitely doable fights, definitely relatively fast fights as well. When using CGR against Hulkling, obviously you do need to be careful of the indestructible. You do not want to definitely nullify when it's active. And also in this meta in particular, you do need to keep a very, very good eye for the Rich Get Richer node. And unfortunately, Clash of Clans CGR is not awakened, so he's unable to get rid of the buffs that Hulkling has, which basically means that Hulkling here is going to be working with significantly increased power gain at all times. And the initial match here goes fine. However, he is about to go indestructible here. And Galen is just about ready, in my opinion, to deliver his final finish fight. But despite a small mishap at the end there, CGR does finish this fight in 47 seconds. However, Galen now goes for his dump, and 1% health was all that was remaining. And yes, that final mistake at the end where Clash did take a couple hits to the face was the deciding factor in the win. So the round 1 goes to Anonymous. So Anonymous goes up 1-0 in this match. And let's see how the next round now plays out. They have finished their drafts, and let's see. First defender is being placed by Anonymous. This time around, he drops Penny Parker for Clash of Clans to deal with. Clash has to drop his defender. He chooses to go with The Thing. Pretty much always a formidable defender where, you know, things can go wrong. Timeouts are a possibility, and accidental claps to the face even more so. And Anonymous chooses Kingpin, and Clash of Clans goes with CGR. And on a personal level, CGR against Penny always is a bit scary fight for me, because it is somewhat RNG reliant if you do choose to basically spin the wheel there, so to speak, or if you do choose to get rid of the Penny's shield, then it typically does take some annoying amount of time. So it's going to be interesting to see with which strategy Clash chooses to go here. And Kingpin against Thing, again, on the other hand, is always a very stable fight. It takes about 60 to 70 seconds, and that's pretty much it. So here he chooses to go for his level 2. He doesn't get auto-blocked so far. He actually lands the entire level 2 there, and now he just has to destroy that shield as quickly as possible to go for round 2 on that level 2. Now a couple of hits with all of those armor breaks pretty much finish the job there. And here Penny drops another level 1, which is quite unfortunate because she already has 15 charges, which means Clash is taking power burn damage. However, he does drop his level 2 and finish this fight in, 40 seconds, 42 seconds. So even with the minor health loss there, and assuming that Kingpin is going to finish this at 100%, it does seem quite unlikely that Clash will lose this round. Just because of the speed difference. As we can see here, Thing is still at 60+% health, and yes, Kingpin is fully healthy, but he would have to finish this fight pretty much right about now in order to have a chance of winning, and that does not appear that it will be the case. Additionally, Thing is now at 14 rock stacks, so that is exactly the problem that might happen. Once Thing does reach close to 15 rock stacks with Kingpin, even if you have that level 1 degen on, you do have to be extremely careful, basically checking when they do or do not gain the charge. It's kind of one of those somewhat annoying things, somewhat helpful things at times, where you can be significantly aggressive towards the thing when you are using Kingpin, because most of the hits will not give thing the rock stacks, but at the same time, once it does get close to those 15 charges, you have to be extremely careful, and there's just no way around it. Thankfully, Kingpin does have the heal, which basically kind of like you regen back all the damage, but it is a timeout and a win for Clash here. So again, Clash takes round 1 win. Let's see how it is gonna go in the next couple of rounds. I must say the Clash's draft is quite interesting, considering that there's also that super scroll. That is something that we do not see every day, but I can absolutely see why super scroll would be in somebody's deck. In Rich Get Richer meta, obviously super scroll does have buffs for days. On the other hand, Anonymous does have a lot of staples. He has Korg, Doom, Torch, Hulkling, and Tigra. So both of them have drafted quite powerful hands. Now, Anonymous is going to have to deal with Dr. Doom, for whom he can use actually most of his options. But he chooses to drop Korg as a defense. Now let's see, Clash is going to take up that Korg with Super Scroll. That's quite interesting. I think I personally would have went with, yeah, maybe he wants to save that Torch. So we have Torch against Doom and Super Scroll against Korg. So I do suspect that this is a deliberate throw. I know he changes it at the last minute to Tigra. This is quite cool because in this tournament, because of one of the videos, I actually learned how you can Tigra at Doom. It's still a tricky fight. It's still a fight that I wouldn't necessarily want to do all the time, because I'm definitely not the best Tigra player. But at the very least now I can say that I have managed to do Doom with Tigra. At the same time, we have here Clash trying his best to utilize Super Scroll offensively against this Korg. He's trying to get in his light intercepts, but Korg isn't quite playing into it. However, he has managed to get rid of that shield. He gets his power gain. He has 3 Furies. He goes for his level 2. That level 2 does place 4 Incinerates, which start doing some meaningful damage. But thanks to Rich Get Richer node, obviously, Super Scroll is going to be putting in somewhat meaningful amount of work. But ouch, that mistake, and eats a level 1 to the face, which is quite unfortunate. And Tigra is done. Tigra is just done. That was dominant and amazing Tigra fight. 38 seconds. There's just nothing you can do. Tigra is just one of those champions where, you know, if you get a good Tigra fight, there's very little. It's just a nuke city. That's exactly what it is. Now we have Super Scroll still chugging along, which, you know, is fair enough. But we have Korg that refused to throw his special for a bit, which pushed Super Scroll red, obviously with the health loss, and this round's over. This round just straight up goes to Anonymous, so we're gonna fast forward 30 seconds, which is fine enough, but obviously Anonymous takes this one. So let's see how they do in the final round of their second match. Again, just a reminder, this is best out of 5, or the first player that reaches 3 wins advances. Whew. So it's 1-1 in this one. Let's see. So we have Hulkling going on defense on the one hand, and we have Kitty going on defense on the other hand. And we have Torch going up against Kitty and Torch going up against Hulkling. So here, obviously, I would say that I personally would find it easier and less scary, especially in this meta, to torch down a Kitty than to torch down Hulkling, because Hulkling is going to have all that extra power gain. Torch has no buffs, but it's definitely a tricky fight. I have in past successfully done Hulkling with Human Torch, but I wouldn't even want to try it in this meta just because of the sheer amount of power gain. You just have to be so vigilant. And obviously, all of those indestructibles are going to interfere with you at all times. So every 5 hits, he's going to go indestructible, basically. And Kitty is just annoying. You can make a very, very costly mistake against Kitty extremely easily, but at the same time, Kitty's health pool is relatively tiny. She doesn't have any regeneration, and power gain on Kitty Pryde is significantly less scary than it is on Hulkling, in my opinion. Here we can see that Anonymous did end up taking some block damage, but so did Clash, and that Kitty is just about dead here. At this point, she has already started phasing though, so you do have to be very careful and patient finishing this up. And unfortunately, Anonymous does make a quite a gnarly mistake here. And Kitty, however, does get finished, while Hulkling is still chugging along on the defense there, regening, being indestructible, being all sorts of annoying with no other good name for it. And still there is that level 3 threat. And yeah, this fight is just not great. Not great at all here. And here, Hulkling does throw that level 3 in the last minute, but I do not think that even if Hulkling gets KO'd right now, yes, the health difference was not enough to offset the time difference, so Anonymous does take the early lead here and moves on to 2-0. So now Clash of Clans is in a very scary, difficult situation where if he loses another match, he's out. He's not quite must win each round kind of situation yet, but it's definitely not comfortable to be down 0-2 at a moment like this. And let's see. So first Anonymous fight is going to be Nick Fury. Clash of Clans is going to have to deal with Domino. Again, we have Archangel going up against Domino, Archangel going up against Nick Fury. And again, this is one of those fights where RNG will decide the winner without doubt. Clash does have a higher rank Archangel without doubt. However, obviously, using Archangel against Nick Fury is significantly safer, I would say, than it is against Domino, where again everything depends on RNG. And unfortunately, unlike previous fight here, first heavy attack basically didn't give any bleeds. Second heavy attack did give 2 bleeds, but one of them got shrugged off. So this is definitely not the magic RNG that you would want. And here, because Domino was lucky, obviously the parry stun didn't stick long enough. Another heavy attack and there's just nothing. And here Domino does Domino things and it's done. Clash loses round 1 because Domino was nasty. That's the simple explanation there. Domino was just very mean lady in this fight, and that's why I am definitely not kind of happy if I end up having to Archangel or Domino, especially in this power gain meta, because if you give extra power to Domino, that just makes her significantly more annoying. However, here on the other hand, when Anonymous is dealing with that Nick Fury, yes, it does typically take slightly longer, but it is also significantly safer. And here we can see that Nick Fury is down. Archangel still has about 90% of his health, 94%, and it takes 69 seconds, which, you know, is fair enough. So definitely prefer using Archangel against Nick Fury than Domino, so this would be a drafting win for Anonymous here. Let's see how the next round plays out. Now, at this point already, Clash is with his back against the wall. Clash has to win this game and the next one if he wants to advance. If Anonymous beats Kingpin with his Hulkling quicker than he does that Nick Fury with his CGR, it's game over. Anonymous is extremely close to getting into that top 4, guaranteed $200, and semi-final and final matches against some of the best players in the world. Let's see. So we have CGR, obviously doing CGR things. Start with a typical CGR rotation, finish combo with a medium, finish combo with a light, finish combo with a medium. Started the match off with a heavy attack. Now Nick Fury is at 17 charges. He does nail in his intercept. We can see that the fight is definitely going well, but unfortunately it does look like CGR does get pushed to his level 3, and at which point I think that pretty much decides his fight, because obviously Hulkling is just going to shred through this fight like nobody's business. Here he does decide to go for it, doesn't even bait special attack, and yes, Hulkling is done in like, what, 40 seconds? 45 seconds, while Clash is still playing. but since Falcon finished with 100% health, Anonymous clean sweeps Clash of Clans. That is super impressive because it is not easy at all to clean sweep a player like Clash of Clans. And that's it. Anonymous wins. He advances to semifinals, wins $200. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We will be starting to upload the semifinal matches maybe tomorrow. Who knows? And that's it for now. Hope you guys liked it. And hit that like button, hit that sub button, hit all the good buttons. I'm going to catch you guys soon. See ya. Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about